after all of the preseason hype, all of the build-up, and all 4 of the exhibition races, we've finally arrived at Daytona. 40 drivers, 1 will come out on top. It's finally time to go points racing. It's the Daytona 125 presented by Gatorade. It's all part of the DPORL Cup Series 2024. Hello everybody, this is Drew Webb, or That DP Guy, and welcome to the first points race of the 2024 DPORL Cup Series season. Thanks to the partnership with AG, we now have a full 40-car field with a bunch of new names to bring you a 20-race schedule. It's a full season points format. All 40 drivers have equal ratings and will compete for this fantastic, hopefully prestigious championship. As you can see here, we have a few big names up front, a few new names up front, but we'll get to that after the command. It'll be a 50-lap race at Daytona using a new package specifically designed for this race. You'll just have to see how it pans out over the long run. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go down and get the command to fire engines at Daytona.
Drivers, start your engines.
And there we go. Engines have been fired. All 40 cars. We're going to get rolling off here. We're going to make sure that every driver rolls off as we get going. What is going on here? I've never seen this before in my life. I think there's something wrong with the code here. Huh. This is very interesting. Well, either way, after whatever that garbage was, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup. I've never seen that before in my life. All right, starting on pole here, after that absolute mess, is the 14 of Bryce Egan. And of course, the full starting lineup will scroll on the side of your screen. A 14 on pole, like I said, with Bryce Egan. The 00 to the outside, that is Wyatt O'Connor. In the second row, we have Logan Williams in the 38, and the 2 of Dylan Matthews. In row 3, we have the 36 of Matthew Hubert and previous race winner, Benny Watson. In row 4, we have the 1 of Aaron Abel and the 16 of Caleb Holloway. And in row 5, we have the number 4 of Tom Sloan and the number 11 of Ludovic Charette. And after that weird and wacky start, we're going to get ready for 50 laps of fantastic racing action with this new package. It'll favor track position, it'll favor tire wear. You've seen the full starting lineup, and now we're going to get ready to go racing here at Daytona. That pace car now off of turn 4. It's going to go ahead and make the hard left turn onto pit road. 40 drivers, 1 winner. Who's it going to be in the Daytona 125 presented by Gatorade? Green flags in the air. Bryce Egan and Wyatt O'Connor got an absolutely great jump there, with Wyatt O'Connor jumping to the inside. You'll start to see this package take effect as these engines are unrestricted, and these cars will get upwards of 210 miles per hour. But that won't last for long. We're going to see some high tire wear. So Wyatt O'Connor off of turn 4. Looks like he'll lead the first lap. Wyatt O'Connor leads the first official lap in the DPORL Cup Series, with Logan Williams getting to second. But watch out there, we have that 36 of Matthew Hubert to the inside. Of course, that 36 showing a lot of speed early in the year with these exhibition races. but can't quite put it all together to get a win. We'll see if that changes today. Just going to confirm that everybody got rolling here. Yes, everybody did indeed get rolling, and we are off. We got Aaron Abel to the inside of the 36. Wyatt O'Connor continuing to lead at this point. It's O'Connor, Abel, Tom Sloan, and Caleb Rose as we complete lap 2 of 50. Let's take a look at some action back in the pack. We have got some 3 wide here. Looks like Reggie Fogelman in the middle of 3 wide. That's Laura Chung in the 99, Zach Magoon in the 12. Looks like we got some more 3 wide with Sam Oskin now. And here's Eric Monaco in the 3 to the inside. Off the back of the pack right now, we have Skylar Taylor in the 96. Let's see if they can stay attached to the pack and hopefully make it to the end of this race with that lead draft. We're going to move back up through the field here. Jack Haas now clearing that 77 of Brandon Rose, Lucian Bianchi to the inside of Jonathan Carrison, and Wyatt O'Connor still leading at this point. And we should expect about 2 seconds of fall off the course of a run. Pit stops are off, so we will see no green flag pit stops in this race. It'll be a straight 50-lap run to the checker. Of course, assuming no cautions come out. You could see the caution come out. We've got 3 wide action. Bianchi to the inside of Rose. Haas now to the inside of Abel. And you saw a little bit of a breakaway there. That's just something that you'll see throughout the course of this race. Cars with better handling will be able to break away from the pack. But right now, Wyatt O'Connor leading the early portions of this race. There is no bonus point for leading a lap in this race. There is no bonus point for leading the most laps. Although, with the DPORL points format, the winner will get a decent haul of points. So we can favor race winners here. Lucian Bianchi to the inside. We're going to have a pass for the lead. That 17 car going to the front with RJ Beers right behind in that 19. Will Beers be able to get the inside? Yes, but Bianchi led that lap. You can see the averages creeping towards 210 miles per hour as they head into turn 1. RJ Beers now the leader. Of course, Alex Smith in that 27 in second position. And in that third position, in the 37 car, that's Bernardo de Oliveira in the 37. Even farther back, that 4th car on the inside, that's the 31, that's Blaine Keys. And there's your pole sitter, Bryce Egan, who is able to find a nice spot on the inside. Looking further back, that's Nathan Stapleton and then Alex Sanvital. But back up front, RJ Beers continuing to lead the race at this time. Let's go ahead and check and see if any drivers have fallen off. Nope, we are all still good. All 40 drivers still in the lead pack. Sam Oskin out back. And there's that 30 car. It's CJ Greider. I am so sorry for mispronouncing your name for so long. Thank you for correcting me. CJ Greider in the 30 car, looking to make his way to the front. And here you can see, with Nathan Ormond here, you can see the pack starting to split, some gaps being formed as the worst handling cars start to move towards the back and potentially fall off the lead draft. That'll factor in by the time we get to about lap 20 at this point. RJ Beers continuing to lead. You can see Bryce Egan moving to the inside of Oliveira and Sanvital following. Leonard Coxmer in the 10 and Zach Magoon in the 12. Here we go. We got a move. That's Blaine Keys in the 31 making a move to the inside of Alex Smith. Looks like Bryce Egan will follow. We've got a lot of single file on that bottom. We're going to have a lot of momentum, and those outside cars will start to fall back if they don't get any help. RJ Beers building a bit of a gap to Keys, but that just means Keys will get a really good run into turn 1 on lap 9 of 50. We're still very, very early on in this event. Top 3 with a little bit of a gap. Of course, that'll close, but right now you have Beers, Keys, and Egan up front. Now Bryce Egan looking to the inside of Blaine Keys, And with these unrestricted engines, you can much easier make a move to the inside of another driver and stick it. Before, you could make a nose down to the inside, but if you didn't have any help, that outside lane was going to pull away. Now you can pull to the inside, side draft, and make the pass quite easily, actually, which was quite a surprise from what I expected. Coxmer to the inside, but not able to get to the inside of Bryce Egan. There's Kyler Sustry in the 18. Haven't talked about Kyler today. Eric Monaco in the 3, and Daniel Voiles in the 40. Haven't talked about Daniel Voiles today at this point. Here comes Sustry to the inside of that 10. Not quite going to make it. 4-car breakaway at this point. Some 3 wide action back in the pack. Haas, Kensington, Magoon, 3 wide. And because of handling coming into play, those drivers that are having to hug the outside are having to check up to avoid hitting the wall off the corner, and they're just dropping back like crazy. You can see Samad Ozkin at the very end of that pack right now. But we've got a bit of a breakaway continuing here. Looks like the pack will close up, but Egan and Beers are absolutely out of here for the moment. Looks like Beers will be able to pull away a little bit from Egan. Egan won't be able to get a good run unless there's a little bit of help. And Egan will have a little bit of help coming from that 18 of Kyler Sustry and Daniel Voiles, Tom Sloan. But for now, RJ Beers leading that lap. Here comes Sustry with a huge run. Maybe peeking to the inside. Will Sustry get that position? Looks like it. Sustry to the inside. It's going to kind of cut off the run there when Egan blocked. But that's going to result in a massive run on RJ Beers, who is just way, way out there. I mean, look at that advantage. That is an absolutely massive advantage by Daytona standards. So let's see what kind of run the 18 can get off the corner. Here we go, down the front stretch. Sustry peeking low, not quite going to get it there. Let's see what Sustry can do off the tri-oval. Making a move to the inside. Voiles is going to stay high for the moment. Tom Sloan to the inside. And now it's going to be Sustry, Sloan, Fogelman, as these drivers had to check up going side by side with the high tire wear. And that brought in Jack Haas in the 95, brought in Bruno Giacomo in the 55, and Benny Watson in the 34. Sustry once again looking to the inside. It's going to work this time. Kyler Sustry will clear for the lead. Tom Sloan will clear for second. And pretty soon, Reggie Fogelman's going to clear for third position. And like I said, because there are no pit stops here, leading the pack isn't going to necessarily be a disadvantage. You can lead the pack all you want. Won't have to worry about fuel as much. Kyler Sustry leading. We're starting to single file out just a bit, but don't worry, that won't last long. As Reggie Fogelman to the inside, Jack Haas made a peek. What will Haas do? We'll have to figure that out. Benny Watson makes a move to the inside, though. And is probably going to get third position from it, as that outside line continues to check up a little bit harder than the inside line. So Sustry leading that lap over Fogelman. Benny Watson now making a move to the inside of Fogelman. Fogelman wanted to make a move, but just could not block that run from Watson. So Benny Watson to second, Jack Haas to third, and here you go. You got some big names up front. Sustry, Watson, Haas, and you got the new name of Coxmer up front. But you can see Bradley Ream making a move. We're going to have 3 wide. We're going to have to watch how they check up. Will there be any significant checkup from that inside line? Looks like no. The inside was able to hold on, and the pack stays together for the moment. So your top 5 are all clear. Who's going to be the first one to make a move? It's going to be Jack Haas. Of course it is. Haas to the inside for second position. Sustry still leading, but Haas had to check up on that inside line. And that's going to allow Sustry to pull away, but it looks like Jack Haas will be able to get by Benny Watson. But here comes Matthew Hubert to the inside. What a move. Help from Angel Gutierrez in the 47 and Ryan Durrani in the 21. So once again, more new names that we haven't talked about quite yet. Those two making their way up to the front at the moment. So Jack Haas second. That 36 almost pushed all the way up into Benny Watson and caused our first wreck of the season. Either way, not quite. They survive. And Sustride continues to lead Haas. We don't want to miss this potential battle for the lead. You know Haas is going to really want to make a move here. So we'll keep the action on this. As Gutierrez to the inside now. Will Jack Haas block that run from Gutierrez? Yes. So now on that inside line, the top five are going to be Sustry, Haas, Gutierrez, Durrani, and Beers. Here comes Angel Gutierrez to the inside for second position. What a move. Haas is going to get cycled out. And Gutierrez going to the front with help from Ryan Durrani. Wow. Great moves there. As the top three break away just a bit. Tire wear still not factoring in as much as it will later in the run, but we're starting to see some checkups due to not being able to complete the corner. Here comes Gutierrez to the inside for the lead, all the way to the front. Unbelievable. Angel Gutierrez and that 47 all the way to the front of the pack. Ryan Durrani in second, Benny Watson now third. And you can see, because of this being more of a track position game and some people having to check up, some drivers with good cars are able to stay up front and find that inside line because there will be some more gaps. So that's really crucial. If you can have a good car and you can stay up front, you know, you might have a shot at winning it at the end. Wow, look at this. There's that 30 of CJ Grider all the way up to the front of the pack from the back. That's unbelievable. That 30 car must be pretty darn good today as well. But look at that. That 3 wide really broke up the pack here, as they had to check up at the moment. But here we go. Benny Watson to the inside of Ryan Durrani with help from RJ Beers. Jack Haas is currently leading that second group as this group of 4 pulls away just a bit. But as you can see, the draft too strong for the moment, and Jack Haas does catch up to that group of 4. But as you'll see later in the run, eventually handling overcomes the draft, and we'll see these packs start to split up into smaller little groups. Angel Gutierrez now out to a big advantage over RJ Beers, but Beers now looking to the inside. Will Beers be able to get all the way to the inside? Not quite at the moment. Gutierrez leads that lap. We're single filing out once again throughout the pack, but for the lead, RJ Beers to the inside on lap 21 of 50. And that's going to cycle Gutierrez pretty far if he can't find a gap. That's unfortunate for that 47 car who was so strong, making it all the way to the front of the pack. So this group of 5 are really on each other. But they're all strong drivers, and we know that. RJ Beers, Benny Watson, Jack Haas, Aaron Abel, Bryce Egan. There's Tom Sloan. Haven't talked a lot about Tom Sloan. Was a race winner in the original exhibition series, and luckily came back for the new exhibition series and now main series. So welcome back, Tom Sloan. Look at this gap. There had to be a major checkup from that second group side by side. And now the top 3, maybe top 4, building a bit of a gap. But for now, that second pack will be just fine. We'll catch right back up to the leaders. RJ Beers leading at the moment. Let's check. Has anyone fallen off that lead draft? No, it's just Skylar Taylor in the back. Wow, Wyatt O'Connor. Wyatt O'Connor's officially going to fall all the way to the back after starting second in this race. That's unbelievable. Wow. Just shows if you get stuck on that outside all the way back, I mean, that's basically going to end Wyatt O'Connor's race, unless he can really find his way through this pack. Beers continuing to lead at the moment. The top 5 remaining the same this lap. Kyler Sustry now to 6th as Jonathan Carrison had to really check up. Looks like CJ Grider right behind. There's Nathan Stapleton. And that 31 of Blaine Keys rounds out the top 10. But we have a move in that first group. It's Bryce Egan to the inside of Jack Haas. And look at that. That brings that pack right back into the lead group. Wow. They are all on that front group. But look at this. We've got a little bit of a tandem pulling away. The tandem of R.J. Beers and Benny Watson, for the moment, pulling away from the pack. But here comes Bryce Egan with a massive run all the way back. So we almost got a little bit of tandem-style racing, but it's really due to handling and major checkups. I mean, you can see what that did to the rest of the pack. I mean, they're stacked up right here. They're 3 wide. And then back here, really single file, just trying to hang on to the lead group. You can see some drivers really falling off the back. We'll have to see if everybody can maintain their spot in the lead pack on lap 25 of 50. Back up front. That top 2 tandem still far away from the 3rd place car of Kyler Sustry, as we have officially hit halfway. And with that, we'll go ahead and go to the results from last week's DPORL question of the week from the Clash. What was the most enjoyable element of racing? The choices were crashes, finishes, battles, and storylines. And with 1 total vote, you guys voted for storylines. Storylines, the most enjoyable element of racing. We'll go ahead and get our next question of the week up in just a bit, but let's focus on this tight battle that has closed up now, with Kyler Sustry looking to the inside of Benny Watson and Nathan Stapleton making a move to the inside of Jonathan Carrison. And now we really have a, looks like, 7-car group that's pulled away from the rest of the pack on lap 27 of 50. We'll have to see if that back group runs them down. I believe they will. Oh yeah, look at that. Lucian Bianchi with a huge run to the back of this group. Same with Ryan Durrani. Looks like Aaron Abel might be the reason that this backpack that's farther back, led by Justin Henley in the 52, will make their way back up. Beers now out to a big advantage, but Sustry going to get a run with help from Stapleton and Gutierrez. Here we go. Through the tri-oval, that 18 peeks out with a run. Gutierrez going to follow, and R.J. Beers cannot block. Here comes Kyler Sustry to the inside with help from Angel Gutierrez and Lucian Bianchi. Beers will be cycled back a bit, and as you can see, everybody made it back to the lead pack, but we're going to have 3 wide. Oh, man. Angel Gutierrez to the inside, making it 3 wide to the lead. Angel's on an absolute mission right now, getting to the front. Once again, Bryce Egan up front again in 3rd position. Looks like Bryce has a very strong car today, just looking to put it all together. That backpack sniffed the draft of the front pack, and they've made it all back. But the top 4 breaking away as the 20 of Nathan Stapleton had to check up a bit. That's going to allow these 4 now to start pulling away, but not for long, because Bryce Egan looks to the inside. That's going to slow him down a bit. But it looks like, actually, in the end, they were able to stay together. So the top 4 are staying decently organized for now. Bryce Egan had to have a little bit of a checkup, kind of forming a gap in that pack. Stapleton looking to sniff the draft of the top 4. Looks like he will. Reggie Fogelman had quite the moment there. Went all the way to the inside. Wow. Don't know if that was just getting loose on the straightaway or what, but that was quite interesting. Will any of these 4 drivers make a move at the moment, or are they content? No, Ryan Durrani isn't content with 4th. Ryan Durrani looking to the inside, not quite going to make it, doesn't have any help. Now Nathan Stapleton is with this group. We got top 5 in this breakaway pack here, all single file for the moment, with Angel Gutierrez leading Lucien Bianchi. We've now passed lap 30. We're on lap 31 of 50. Reggie Fogelman leading the second group, but the front group continuing to be led by that 47. Let's look at the back of the pack. We got Nathan Orman hanging on to the rear. We got Dylan Matthews in the 2. Sam Odoskin in the 22. Alex Smith in the 27. Bernardo de Oliveira in the 37. Looks like they'll all hang on to the pack. Not pretty though, for sure. They're all single file, just trying to hang on. Looks like Fogelman is now in that lead group, led by Lucien Bianchi. We have missed a lead change. That's the first missed lead change of the year. Well, I shouldn't say of the year. We've had a few in the exhibitions. But Bianchi to the lead, Gutierrez in second, Durrani in third, Stapleton fourth. Looks like Reggie Fogelman had to check up once again. But here comes Angel Gutierrez right back to the inside for the lead on lap 32 of 50. And now Stapleton's going to get involved. 2 by 2 at the front of the field. That's going to cause a bit of a stack up. Looks like the 21 had to check up off the corner. But Gutierrez and Bianchi remain side by side. Now Stapleton pushing Angel Gutierrez back to the lead, with Reggie Fogelman in that 48 following. Now here comes Aaron Abel, Bryce Egan, Matthew Hubert, Daniel Voiles. They've all made it back up, as looks like Stapleton and Bianchi side by side. And that's going to allow Angel Gutierrez to get out to one of those massive leads. But as you know, you can't sustain it yourself. You got to have help. And so here comes help that potentially won't be help when he gets there. Lucien Bianchi in the 17 with a huge run off the corner. Peeking to the inside. Will that 17 be able to make it? Not quite. Angel cuts him off. Unbelievable. So Stapleton now looking to the inside of Bianchi. Whoa! We almost had a wreck there. Bianchi almost got turned by Stapleton. And that allows Gutierrez to maintain his lead. Wow. We've got a full pack once again, charging down that 47. But the 47 maintaining the gap for now. Stapleton in that 20 car, one of our new signups. Of course, a very well-known name in the NR 2003 community. Looking to have some success in the DPORL Cup Series. Here comes Stapleton. Will Stapleton be able to make the move to the inside? You betcha, Nathan Stapleton going at it for the lead. Angel Gutierrez on the outside. Looks like Stapleton's going to get help from Voiles, and it's a drag race down the back straightaway. You can see as these speeds start to decrease, that average speed going down every lap, because these drivers are really having to check up in the corner to make sure that they don't run into each other, slide up the track, slide up into the wall even. But here we go. Stapleton and Voiles are clear. They're 1-2 at the moment, with Lucien Bianchi third. Now we might have some 3 wide with RJ Beers. Look at that, 3 wide. Gutierrez going to get cycled all the way out. Wow. And that's one of our dominant cars. Now going to the back, it looks like. That's absolutely unbelievable. But right now, Bianchi to the inside of Voiles. Beers got a massive run to the inside. That's going to help Bianchi, and it looks like Voiles is going to fall back. Leonard Coxmer in the 10, and Matthew Hubert in the 36 here to help. What will that 17 be able to do now that the 20 has gotten out to a pretty large lead? Looks like Bianchi not able to make a move that time. Going to need some help. Looks like Stapleton was able to get a great run off the corner, not having to check up at all. But that 17 really had to check up, and that's going to hurt him, as RJ Beers now looking to the inside. But Bianchi's going to remain in second position. Beers wasn't able to get there. Top 3 slightly breaking away on lap 37 of 50. And here comes the move. Lucien Bianchi gonna take the lead over Nathan Stapleton, but not quite that lap. 1/100th of a second at the line. Pack starting to come together at the moment. We'll see how that all works out by the end of the race. That 19 able to get a good run on the bottom. Stapleton's able to slot in third, and Voiles is fourth at the moment. Is anyone out of the race at the moment? No, everybody within 5 seconds. You can see Samad Ozkan in 40th, 4.11 seconds off the lead at the moment. Looks like nobody's truly lost the draft yet. As that 19, here we go again, RJ Beers now trying to make a move for the lead on Lucien Bianchi. What will Voiles be able to do? Voiles not doing anything yet. Had to check up, just like a lot of these guys. But they'll go side by side. Didn't lose too much ground on RJ Beers. Justin Henley to the inside in the 52. Haven't talked about that 52 much, but could be a contender at the end of this thing. Might have some good long run speed. RJ Beers starting to pull away just a bit as Caleb Rose had to really check up off the corner. Wow! And now he'll get forced 3 wide to the outside. That was a massive, massive checkup. And that one's going to hurt. Henley to the inside of Bianchi. They both check up massively. And now it's going to be Daniel Voiles trying to take down that 19 of RJ Beers. The whole field stacked up behind that 17. We'll have to see how they can run down these top 2. Got to get single filed out though if they want any chance at running down the leaders. Here we go. Daniel Voiles not going to make the move into the tri-oval, maybe looking to make the move out of the tri-oval. That move's worked many times. Will it work this time? Voiles not even attempting the move this time, so he'll just tuck in, maybe realizing it's for the better to try and form a breakaway and make it far out in front of this pack with a couple of your friends. For now, at 19, leading the field, Bianchi looking to the inside of Voiles. That'll hurt the progress of Bianchi and Voiles, but looks like Voiles was able to hang in there. Bianchi having to check up absolutely massively. And Voiles now with no help. Blaine Keys to the inside of Justin Henley. Not quite going to make that move work. He tried it though, almost made it there. Now looking to make a 7-car breakaway if Bryce Egan can join. Make it 8 or 9 if Sustry and Watson can join. But right now, these drivers really struggling with the tires at the moment. Just not quite able to get the grip off the corner to avoid the checkup. Meanwhile, Beers out front in clean air is doing perfectly fine at the moment. Looks like Bianchi was able to cleanly get around that 40 of Daniel Voiles, and Blaine Keys was able to have a nice run. So here we go. Beers leading on lap 43. Bianchi trying to take that position. You can see who is taking a position at the moment. That's Blaine Keys. But not going to get it there, as they both check up from the potential of being side by side. So these tires just wearing massively 43 laps into this run with no cautions. I mean, yeah, it's tough for these drivers out here today. We might finally see the pack start to close here. Voiles now right on the back of Bianchi. Will Voiles make a move, or will Voiles help Bianchi to get past that 19 of RJ Beers? Let's see what happens as we are now on lap 44 of 50. We're getting right down to it as the pack's really starting to separate. Wow. In testing, the packs did not separate this far, but now they are really, really spacing out. It's becoming a strategic game here. Who can position themselves best to get the run and challenge for the lead? Will RJ Beers remain the leader, stay out in front and win the thing? Or does anyone have anything for that 19 car? We'll find out here. Let's check the back of the pack. Logan Williams, way out in back. We have Jack Haas in the 95. In the back, Dylan Matthews, Samad Ozkin, Justin Perez, Skylar Taylor, Nick Kensington. All these drivers in a pack out back. They have no shot to win this race, and they know it. A pack led by Brandon Rose in the 77 car. They've lost their opportunity. Angel Gutierrez trying to hang on to this pack, led by Caleb Holloway. And then you got the hopefuls up here. Bianchi now right on the back of that 19. What will Bianchi be able to do? Can he do anything? Can any of these drivers do anything to try and steal the win away? That's the big question at the moment. We've only got a few laps to go. Here comes the move, the 17 to the inside. This is going to make things wild here. Both drivers checking up, but Beers able to get a great run off the corner. Looks like Blaine Keys also got a good run, and Keys now will get to the inside of Bianchi to challenge that 19. All your contenders for this win up front as the 31. Wow, just going to end up powering by the 17. I think Blaine Keys is the one with a real shot of getting this win here to steal it. Gonna have to not lose that position there to Coxmer. Looks like Blaine Keys able to maintain that position. And so Blaine Keys has had the strongest car making his way through the pack. Will he be able to get by that 19? Looks like the 31 and 10 are very strong at the moment. We'll just have to see how it works out. We got a 3-car breakaway as Bryce Egan trying to make his way through the pack in the back. Here we go. All 3 cars are bunched up. While we got some time, your DPORL question of the week. Who has the chance to break through this year and win the second race of the year? Are we talking Daniel Voiles, Benny Watson, Caleb Rose, or CJ Greider? Get that in quick right before the end of the race. That poll was probably up, but just wanted to make it official here before the end of the race. I almost forgot. But it's right there for you. Go ahead and vote. We have 3 laps to go. And RJ Beers just not giving up this lead. Looks like this group back here has got no shot. They're not going to be able to make it, unfortunately. Not if they keep battling like this. Wow, so unfortunate. For Bryce Egan, for Benny Watson, Kyler Sustry, Ryan Durrani. Not going to be able to challenge for the win at the end. But it's come down to these 3 drivers with 2 laps to go. The 19 of RJ Beers has been dominant. But there is a chance that Blaine Keys could hook up Leonard Coxmer and make the move for the win. It's not going to happen, though, if that 10 looks to the inside, and that's exactly what's happened. Oh, wow. Looks like RJ Beers, unless there's a massive change of events here, is going to win this race. We got 1 lap to go, so we'll just have to see how it works out. But I'd have my money on RJ Beers. Here you go, white flag, 1 lap to go for RJ Beers at Daytona. The pack behind has sorted itself out, but a little bit too late. Blaine Keys. Will Blaine Keys be able to get a run with the help of the 10? Here we go, off of turn 2. If they're going to make a move, it's going to have to be now. Pushing hard, trying to make their way to the front. How is it going to work out in 3 and 4? Looks like those 2 will just be too far back for RJ Beers. They're going to try and challenge, but it will not be enough. The 19 of RJ Beers is going to end up winning the race over Blaine Keys and Leonard Coxmer. There's Benny Watson, Ryan Durrani, Laura Chung, Kyler Sustry, Lucien Bianchi, Bryce Egan, and Daniel Voiles. Wow. That did not work out as expected at all. Those tires were absolutely shot by the end of the race, and nobody was able to make a move on RJ Beers, who just had the best car. Let's be honest here. That 19 car got the handling right and was able to take advantage for the win. Wow. Let's take a look at that last lap time here while we're at it. Yeah, 43.5 seconds. Had just over 2 seconds of fall off. Blaine Keys wasn't even as fast despite not being the leader. Let's take a look at these lap times back in the pack. There's a 44.1 from Kyler Sustry. Wow. 44.4 from Reggie Fogelman. 44.7 from Caleb Holloway. You can just see the fall off was massive at the end of this run. And that's going to go ahead and conclude this event as all the drivers pull in. Let's go ahead and take a look at your finishing results. RJ Beers able to capitalize and get the victory. That 19 car going to victory lane for the first time this year, and well deserving for RJ Beers. RJ Beers had great runs in most of these exhibition races so far. Hadn't been able to put it together, but he's won the Daytona 125 presented by Gatorade. Wow. And as you can see, the second place finisher, Blaine Keys, Leonard Coxmar third, Benny Watson fourth, Ryan Durrani fifth, Laura Chung sixth, Kyler Sustry seventh, Lucian Bianchi eighth, Bryce Egan ninth, Daniel Voiles 10th. That's your top 10. You can see they really got spaced out towards the last 10 laps of that run. Looking further back, some notable names, CJ Greider, our Clash winner, finishing 11th. Angel Gutierrez, who led a decent chunk of laps and looked to potentially dominate for the win, ends up finishing 15th, so not a bad run at all. Let's see, Nathan Stapleton, who led laps later on, finished 18th position. Caleb Rose finishing 19th position, one of our race winners. Wyatt O'Connor, who started on the front row, finished 22nd. Looking further back in the field, you can see some drivers with just some unfortunate days. Bringing up the far back end of this pack, you got Logan Williams. Just did not have a good day. Unfortunately finishing in 40th position. Skylar Taylor, 39th. Ludovic Charette, 38th. Samad Ozkin, 37th. They'll have a big gap to try and make up in points, but it's the first race of a 20-race schedule, so you never know. Obviously, the winner does get some bonus points under the DPORL point system, but that doesn't mean everything. One race. It's just been one race, and if I can stop butchering sentences and finally put a complete sentence together, yeah, we got 19 races to go, and it's anyone's game. We'll have to see who emerges the title contenders about halfway through the season. But for now, RJ Beers able to get the win. He'll go ahead and start out 2024 as our point leader. So congratulations to RJ Beers. And for the first time, we'll go ahead and take a look at the point standings and the burnout. I'll see you next time. This is Drew Webb, or That DP Guy, signing off.